Shalom Israel. Call Allah Yahweh by Shem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. GMS stop and listen. Come with another lesson. Just trying to stay diligent and earnest through the power of the Spirit, Yahweh by Shem Shai. And to be a watchman, to keep watch of what's going on, man, because we at the end time now. Things are happening more and more to show you the signs, man. Second Ezra, this is Second Ezra 9:1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thy time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, measure that time diligently, man. Because when you're dealing with time, it's a system of like a sequence of events, man. One has to come to the past or the present. Some are in the past, some in the present, and time goes into the future. So events have happened in the past, they're happening now, and they're gonna happen in the future. This is how we gauge our and where we at. In the Lord coming back, we look at things that have passed to see if the prophecy spoke of those, or has it came to pass, or does it speak of prophecies to come in the future? And we see these events, man. So it's a continual duration of events that succeed one another. Like it says, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told you before, verse 2, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the Lord is visiting the world he made, which he's basically, um, punishing the place. That's when we measure the time diligently. We look at certain things that's going on, and the Lord will show you a sign, man, that His Son is coming back. All these are parts of the signs of the deliverance of the nation of Israel, the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, man. And they're being revealed, so that's why we're watching. The elect are going to keep watching. It says, Then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time where the highest shall begin to visit the world. Because the Lord is showing you these signs. First, for one sign is the men on the highways and byways pushing the word, right? Secondly, you see these natural disasters that are happening, man. I was looking at in Maryland, they had a town in Maryland got flooded. They had like 9 inches, 10 inches of rain in like an hour, and they got flooded out. And that's the second time they've been flooded in I think 3 years. So the Lord is something about that town, man. He just don't like, man. It's probably a lot of Jake blood in that area, man, because he sent a major flood through that town twice in the last 2.5, 3 years, man. So that's a sign. We have constantly the volcanoes erupting everywhere, man. They've been erupting for the last couple months, and they still erupting. You got lava flowing all through, man. Certain places in Japan, you got lava just flowing. It's about to flow into like power plants, nuclear power plants, and that'll be devastating, man. So the Most High is showing through these natural disasters, man. Rain. We have what's going now. Uh, what's going now is I read verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, because what you have now, you got earthquakes. I mean, not earthquakes, but um, hurricanes, man, off the coast of Florida. But you got winds that are so high it's the winds are so high right now, in the storm due to come into the next 5 days, man. And they got winds that now seem like the storm is right on top of them. So the Lord is amping up the natural disasters, man, and part of His destruction of 2/3 of our own people, and heathen nations, man. You know, you still have people still arrest, man. You know, you got people being arrested for like nothing now, reason at all. Just their little rights being violated to let you know we have no rights, man. That's measuring the time. Verse 4, Then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, man. So he showed you signs, man. He's always talked about the end game, man. The Lord has always talked about destruction of the people. He's always talked about nuclear missiles, man. You know, he's always talked about famine and pestilence, man. He always talked about these uproars, man, the shaking and this commotion. It says, verse 5, for like as all that are made in the world have a beginning and an end, a beginning and the end is manifest. So the things are being that we're reading now, that we're studying about, man, they're being made manifest in the end, man. We're seeing these things take place. They've already happened in the spirit world. We just have to they have to manifest, and we have to live in this physical, this body, and the things have to like fall in order like a puzzle, man. So hey, it's like we playing out a script, you know. So this gonna be, it says beginning and the end, so it's gonna be the end of Esau and the beginning of Jacob, pursuing the second Ezra 6 and 7 chapter, man. So this gonna be your end, Esau, and the beginning of Jacob's kingdom, man. So all these things you see, man, they're happening. There's the end. This is the end. We at the end game of your society, your kingdom, man, and the beginning and the ushering in of the new nation of Israel under Yahweh Shai, King David, in the 12, man. It says, even so, the times also that the highest have plain beginnings in the wonderful and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs, man. And that's what we got going right now. It says, and every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his work and by faith whereby ye have believed. And that's what it's about, us believing, man. You know, we believing and having faith, man. That's why when you see these signs of a man of the Lord is not thinking, when he sees disasters, he's not thinking like the common two-third people, man. He's thinking on a whole nother level of what's happening. You know, he's thinking on a whole new level, destruction to this place, man. You know what I mean? And that's the way we see it, because we know the prophecies, man. We watch the prophecies and listen to what the Lord has said. So we're gonna look at these things different, man. When we see mass shootings, man, they continue to have shootings in school, man. We know what it is, man. The wicked has to get their day of judgment, man. You know, it's not no sad day in America because a few kids got shot. Whoever died being innocent. That's what the scriptures say. We know that things like this has to happen before the end come. Pestilence, famine, pollution, civil arrest, troops in the street, floods, massive snowstorms, eruption, earthquakes, man, downpours of rain, man, floods. Like I said, man, you know, hot summer heat waves, man. Like last year in Australia, in Australia, I think because it's hot over there, they had like 14 miles of a highway just melted, you know. So these things have to happen. These when we measuring the time, man. That planned course of action for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, when it says back in verse 1, the time diligently within itself. So that planned course of action, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, his intended goal, he's making it happen. And these sequence of events are just following each other, which is going to lead to the sequence of events of martial law, sedition among men, the chip, the missiles, and ultimately of America, and the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven, the New Jerusalem, Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans being the righteous rulers over this world and this earth and in this universe, man, being brought back into our rightful order. So you have to have that, keep your faith, man. Like it said down here in verse 7, everyone that shall be elect and shall be able to escape by his works and by his faith whereby ye should believe. So it's believing, man, having that faith, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. With that, all praises be to the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of GMS. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. GMS, stop and listen. Shalom.